I'm really, with so much of veterans and, achievers and everybody in the audience and speakers, I'm very humbled to be here. And, I'm a little emotional, so take me, that's my style. Honestly, this is a great opportunity to be here because I'm a big believer of the community, and when Vidaswai came in and saying, we are doing for KDO, I said, all support you, whatever you need. So I start my journey with that note saying, I'm really humbled to be here, and I'll take you through whatever I've done in my life. So started at a very simple life, not much background, no much, very lower middle class family. Created India's one of the largest ticketing, or event platform right now. But the journey has not been nice. So pretty much during the childhood, father had a small dairy farm, we had a UCO bank, we couldn't sort of survive with the bank. I'm talking about 1980s. So father had a dairy farm, 2 kids, 3 kids. So he had to run the dairy farm to get us going, right? So I've gone during the childhood, sold milk to my friends' places whenever I get time from the school. So, and that gave me a little bit of faith in life, to hard work, to enjoy that journey, right? And living in a very semi-rural area, which is in Odisha, fundamentally, kind of a lot of people would not get into entrepreneurship. They'll say, happy career, money coming in, not to take risk and things like that, right? But I saw my father struggling very early on, and I felt that that was nice, that he was working beyond the bank, having a dairy farm, doing it, and we were able to sustain a life, right? But always had stories from my father saying somebody took a loan of 5 lakhs, and now he's owning a 30 buses or, transport companies, or, or variety of kind of enterprises. And it was a small village, which is now the constituency for Odisha Chief Minister Rohit Patnaik. But that was a small place. I'm talking about 1980s, 91, and all those kind of time. So pretty much got influenced to go out and work for society, and I thought I'll be a good, doctor. And appeared, as usual, couldn't succeed. So I got into, in the last position in the engineering, and joined a private college in, in Bhubaneswar, in industrial production engineering. I didn't know what the college is. The college was pretty boring. Nobody was studying, and I spent 2 years frustrating, saying, why did even I come to a college where I cannot even apply what I'm learning? They are just reading from the books and scoring marks. So I was always a rebel to see that there is nothing there I can apply in my own kind of career. But life changed on, and had a fantastic career, in the next, when I came to Bangalore, 97, 98, worked here, built my career over the years, and a fantastic life. But then I was always interested to take risk. I was always interested to say that we have a very short frame of time in our own life, and very short frame of things that we want to do. So I said, okay, let me take a chance, right? We can always go back to career if nothing happens there. So fast forward, way back in 98 to 2001, I traveled some 17 countries across, across the world. Pretty much had a fantastic career so one of the companies I was working in Bangalore, Sonata Software, sent me to Finland to work for a product company in Finland. I'm talking about 1999, and was getting paid in dollars there, and even Sonata was paying me in Bangalore. And also double income. Even today, my father says, no matter how many companies you will build, nobody can give you that salary, right? So still the salary mindset is still there, but respect to him. So pretty much gave up that company, came back to the company where Mitesh Bhai and I used to work together, right? And left the dollar-paying job in Finland, flew back to Bangalore. This is the time during the 1999-2000 when everybody was going out of India to Silicon Valley. Somehow the company attracted my attention, the founders and everybody. We said, they're a very small company, 7 people, right here in the, near NR colony. So he said, I came back to Bangalore, worked in that 7 people company. My father literally was puzzled. He went to a lot of his bank staffs and said, can you talk to him? Something has gone wrong. He's coming back from Finland to Bangalore. Why he should be going back to US? But I was determined that I wanted to work in a small startup. A small startup that I can learn, a small startup where I can work hard. And that gave me, the core objects as a company gave me that foundation. We worked till 3 o'clock, 4 o'clock. The kind of culture that we got is what I wanted to kind of build. Now, somewhere, we built a lot of good products, good digital products. So some kind of pointers here. I was in industrial production engineering, never studied computing, came to Bangalore, studied in, put myself into computing, learned it hard way, and then built a career in software engineering, and then built a career in production, in software product. So this is just to derive the kind of inspiration, saying that each of us, I think the previous speaker, an esteemed speaker, he also talked about the same point, saying that we don't need to know a lot of things to start. There are a lot of good things that we can do if we just interested to take a risk. So started a company in 2005. So 2003, I went back to London, stayed there in London from 2003 to 2011. Proudly, I will say I'm a very big believer of the entire Gujarat and everybody community. Big believer, so lived somewhere near with the Gujarati families also. So somewhere in 2005, I started a company in London, didn't work out. Went again, started another company with a few friends of mine in Bangalore. That also didn't work out. We couldn't agree. So my partners wanted to build a services company, saying, okay, let's do a quick money. I wanted to build a company that I can really, really grow and see it solving it a much bigger purpose. Right, so started another company in 2006 in Bangalore. I was in London. We had a friend in USA. But right things, like the co-founder matching didn't happen. The vision didn't match. The risk appetite didn't match. So we kind of like didn't agree to do that. So after 4 or 5 months, I called it off saying, it's not happening. Let's be friends, but it's not happening. We are not able to build a company here, right? So somewhere around 2007, I was going on in London. I was going on meeting people to figure out a founder. And one fine day, my wife said that you might not have spent that many number of meetings to even find me to get married, right? And that really hit me hard. I said, that is it. I'm going alone now. I've tried already 2 co-founders. It's not happening. And here is wife, who is really right, saying, how many years you're going to keep on searching? You do something rather than keep on searching. So while I'm in London, staying there, having a day job, morning 9 o'clock to 5 o'clock, I had a day job. I went to a friend of mine saying, I want to start a company. Who can help me? So a friend's friend in Pune said, hey, Santosh, I'll help you. But I don't know anything about software. You have to manage it. But I'll look after your operation here in India. I said, okay, let's start. So started the company in 2007 and 2008 Jan with the person Sudhir I made it over Skype. I even didn't know him. I even didn't know him previously, right? So with a matter of faith, I built the company. I started the company, trained my engineers, right, who were all in Aurangabad, shifted them to Pune, saying that we can run a company in Aurangabad. Please come to Pune. We can do a company there. Help them to learn programming. So these are people who have had 6 months of experiences. I couldn't afford to get senior engineers and all that. I said, okay, let me start with freshers. Started the freshers, built the company over the next 2-3 years, and kind of like using Skype, webcam. I told how to write code, what to do. So the foundation was right, and kind of then the team was slowly taking off. But then I was in London. How often we can build a company remotely. In being in another city and coming to an industry which is event. Back in 2007-8, there were hardly 2-3 events were happening, 10 events were happening. Today in India, every city has 50 events every week. So everybody around me were confused, saying that what is this? He's in London, he's building a company in Pune, he's doing something in event ticketing, event platform that has nothing to do with his own career. So pretty much everybody was confused. And there was a 2 history of fail, right? The parents said, you keep on creating companies. He keeps on calling. My father said he keeps calling saying, okay, go and register a company. How many companies you want to register, right? So I said, no, please do this 3rd one, right? I've already done once, already done twice, please do 3rd, right? So if I fast forward a little ahead, today Explara solves across 21 countries, 21 currencies, whether you want to dollar or anything else, you would be able to do it. Thank you. And we built a multi-million-dollar company in terms of real customers and real value that we are generating, right? It's a competitive field. Everywhere it's a competitive field till you generate a value out of it. But last 5 years, 6 years has been the biggest odds in life. Think about, I had a career in BBC. I worked there. I would have walked into any company in the UK to become a CTO and get 150,000 pounds. But I have left everything saying, I want to build something that I always wanted to build. So I had a lot of adversaries, right? So 2008 to 2011, while in London, I had a day job, so there was no savings there, came from a lower middle class family. Papa, got everybody, stand up on our 2 sisters, everybody, had a good study, engineering background and all that, but we had no family financial backgrounds, right? So nobody was willing to write me check saying, oh, you know, you're doing something, we'll write you a check. 2008, nobody was even investing in companies, right? So I had every 3 years, I went waking up at 9 o'clock, waking up in fact 5 o'clock, sat down with my team over Skype in Pune, telling them what to do, tracked my sales calls, tracked my marketing purposes, started from zero. So pretty much in the 2009 September, we launched. 2010 March, we had only done 50 events. And just to take the, sort of this year's, we will be powering 50,000 events in 2016 March. Right, so it was very difficult for people to believe, that they can spend money. So for at least for 2-3 years, I ran out of money. In 2010, I had a friend of mine in US who said, okay, I have a couple of lakhs, I'll send you via the ICICI Bank. So we got some money out of that. Then again, I ran it for a couple of years. And my first son, he was born in 2010. 2011, we came to India to celebrate his birthday. And I was running the company in London on my credit card, and the credit card was minus 4,000 to be precise. And when I came back, I was about to go back because as an Indian citizen, you have to take visa for your son, whether he was born in UK or not. So the immigration department in Calcutta said, Santosh sent out a letter saying that Susmita and Shreyan cannot go back, right? Because we found out that you don't have money in your bank account in London, period. So that was in March 2011. Had one of the worst time in the life because I've already struggled for 3 years to build a company, and now I have to go back alone while my wife and kid cannot go back. So very depressed. I went back to London during the March 2011. There were a couple of friends of mine. There was a friend of mine, Ram Thakrar. He was building a company, and he's a Londoner. In fact, he's from Kenya, and he's a Londoner. And so I helped him to, saying, Ram, I need a job. I have to get going. And he was also looking out for something to build his technology product. So helped him between March to September. And September 2011, my second son was born. So destiny had a call. I said, enough. No matter what happens, I'm going to go back to India. And by then, I'd already built the company from zero to at least 3.5 crores worth of turnover. Right? But then we were struggling. Right? Thank you. So came back in 2011. We had no money because you need to constantly fuel the company. Right? There was no funding, there was no investment, there was no VCs. VCs in London said, Santosh, we have not seen you, we will not able to, we've seen you, but your company is in India, we are not going to invest you. The VCs in India said, Santosh, we have never seen you, but we know your company is growing, but we will not invest you. So I was caught on both sides, right? And I came back in September. I walked into a childhood friend of mine in Chennai, works for another IT company, Ramdas, and I said, hey Ram, went in the pretty early in the 5 o'clock in the morning in a bus to Chennai from Bangalore, and I said, hey Ram, I need money, I need to get going. So he was very clear. He was saying, I knew you've been struggling, and I knew I have to write. So he wrote the initial 15 lakhs worth of check within 20 minutes, saying that done, take it and run it. So I then ran the company from October 2011 towards January, and that's where I met Rajan Anandan, who is Google India Managing Director, right? Via a friend. Again, I would suggest one more important thing that has helped me is network. I've been always a good networker. I've always been pro supporting people of whatever they do, and I think the karma somehow has its own effect. So I also got in touch with Rajan Anandan because my friend in London, Haji, is a Sri Lankan, and Rajan Anandan is a Sri Lankan, and then he told him, Rajan Anandan, saying, why don't you invest in this company which is called Ayojak then by Santosh? And Rajan was surprised because Rajan has invested in 70% of the company in India. He said, who is he? You telling me in Sri Lanka who I have to invest in India? Okay, let me call him. So he came to India. He reached out a friend of mine. He's saying, call that guy Santosh. So I walked into an event like this and met him. He was very happy. He hugged me. Everybody was like surprised. He was thinking, why is Rajan Anandan hugging this guy? Who is he? And he backed me up as a Google India Managing Director. He has all the insights. He said, this is a great idea. This is a great concept. The time is yet to come. Right, so you've taken a risk pretty early on. Let me write you the check. So he said, I'm investing, but he took at least 5-6 months to evaluate the entire business. And then he backed up, he brought up all his angels, Harvard Business School, Bloom Ventures, many people came in. And then they kind of invested in us. And then the journey has been pretty smooth. We have been growing the company and taking it further. But that's the kind of adversities that we've gone through. Right? But a couple of things that we did in the company which helped us, we never compromised on cultures. The customer support was never compromised, whether I'm in India, whether I'm here, whether I'm not in the office. Everybody knew that we are a very transparent, ethical company. We are doing it because we love it. We love entrepreneurship. We are doing it, period. There is no faking around customers. There is no mismanaged around customers. We told each of the employees that we today have, we always tell, what would you feel if you were in the customer's shoes? Please respect everybody's kind of thing, right? And we had always done 100% open communication across the people. We said, whatever happens to the company, you know it more than I know it. There is nothing to be hidden about it. So we kind of built a culture which is not the usual way of anything, everything, hide under the box, and then let's keep going. So that helped me a lot to build the company. Collaboration. We said across the people, please collaborate. Please don't mind saying, oh, why is he suggesting an idea? Why should not I do it, or why should not I give the credit? I said it's a team building at the end of the day. So let's collaborate across whatever you do, right? And for example, I'm sure that a lot of you are on the social network. Being on the social network, I myself generated at least hundreds of clients, between 2008 to 2011, just being on the Twitter. So just being on the Twitter, I was actively there. Everybody, not many knew that I'm operating out of London, but everybody knew that if it is event, then you go to Santosh. So I built that entire social media influence, right, being on the, and not even spending any money being on the Twitter. So collaboration helped us. Had a plenty of failures. I didn't give it up. And with everything, life has its own magic, life has its own failures. But I'm something that I will be proud saying that we kept on going, and the credit also goes to a lot of my teammates. We kind of started the journey in a variety of ways. We were prepared to go take a journey, so we started with, initially we said we will get you to do the venue booking for any events. Then we figured out that India is still not ready for venue booking online. You still need middlemen to do that. So then we realized that there is an industry for event ticketing, registration, and all that kind of thing. So that was another failure that we got it. So several times we have failed also. And similarly, we had a brand called Ayojak, which is a very nice Sanskrit name, right? I created in 2008, and we built it for 2000, till 13. I kept the name, but then with an Indian name, you will not able to go global, right? So today the platform is in South Africa, in Philippines, in Singapore. So people can easily pronounce Explara, right? And rather than saying, Ayojak. So we also had a trouble with our own branding and kind of thing. So one suggestion that will come out of that learning is that never compromise with your identity if you have something to do. But having said that, a lot of good brands now create everybody else with an Indian name, nothing about it. But subject to the industry and the world market that you are looking out, look out for a better kind of market there. And we are now working with across the variety of countries to take it to other countries also. Pretty much soon we're going to be opening up in Southeast Asia and all. We might fail, but that's the world that we are looking forward to. We had a couple of things which I'll again cop. If you're building a technology business, startup business, please put the customers first. I'm sure a lot of us do that, but still I would insist the today's generation likes anything that is told upfront and very opinion and very kind of like observing kind of facts, and rather than hiding things behind the scene. So when there are support issues, customer issues, we told openly to people, right on the Twitter, right on the Facebook, saying sorry about it. We just made a mistake. We'll take care of it. We'll refund your money. We'll make sure that you get it in a right way, or any other issues happen. So customer first. Always we say customer first. Even if we had to rebuild the relationship, if we have a customer focused kind of attitude, it's going to work out. So we had that as a big thing that we did it there. So I take that as my big sort of inspiration, which I had data saying never start with the diffidence, always start with the confidence. So started that as way back in 2008 when the India was not ready. Nobody even knew about event industry being an industry as such. In fact, 2011 only Government of India formalized event industry as a body. Till then there was no industry as such. It was part of marketing for various companies. So that's kind of my journey for all of you. Thank you.